So now we will be understanding a term known as AI. Now you all must be familiar with this term. This is a very used term nowadays. AI, artificial intelligence, make your computers better, smart, make your operations informative, make it quick, make it fast, and so on. So this all things we are hearing now and then in terms of AI and so on. But what do you think so? What is AI? Artificial intelligence? And how is AI going to be helpful for us in terms of Excel? Now, let's try to understand what is artificial intelligence, how it will be helpful for us in Excel, and how we can make help of artificial intelligence in terms of doing some simpler tasks with respect to my Excel data which I have. So, if I want to understand artificial intelligence, first of all, artificial intelligence is like giving machines the ability to learn, to create, to innovate, and to give certain predictions in the outcome. It could be with respect to lots of factors. It can, as you have seen, example of chat GPTs. When you write certain prompts, let's say, provide me an essay for for my particular topic. Let's say I want to have an essay on nature. I want to have an essay on climatic changes happening in the recent scenario. Obviously, ChatGPT will give you essay written in a format which will be helpful for us, helpful for you in terms of creating it or showcasing it to somewhere. Let's say if I ask ChatGPT, can you please write me a code for a for loop? Can you please write a code logic for creating a game? Can you write a simple code of creating a UI UX? Yes, my ChatGPT could do that. So my AI or the artificial intelligence is having ability to make machines, computers, softwares smarter enough to make those analysis, to make those outcomes, to boost up the performance in the market. So how does AI would be helpful for us in terms of Excel? And can we implement AI approaches into Excel? Let's see how. So in this particular approach or in this particular part, we will be understanding what is AI, how the AI would be helpful for us in terms of giving certain outcomes, how AI could be integrated into your Excel notebooks, and how it will be helpful for us in small set of examples. Let's see and let's get started. So, artificial intelligence, as you know, AI is a term. Many people don't know the definition or don't know the full form of the same. So, AI stands for artificial intelligence in Excel. It's transforming the way users analyzes, understand, processes, make the data cleaner, tighter, as well as understandable, then visualize data. Yes, your AI can also suggest you certain graphs and visuals for the same, making it more accessible, intuitive, and efficient. So, Excel traditionally is a powerful tool for data management and analysis. As we have seen now on, till now, we have done lots of operations with data, and Excel was helping me to do most of them. But when it is getting incorporated with AI features, obviously its capability will be enhanced because AI is going to make Excel more powerful, more useful for our data analysis part and help users to unlock deep insights, generate data or generate certain logics without writing programs or codes where it would help me to enhance the task with my data. So with respect to AI, I will be using certain functions into our Excel. AI.ASK, AI list, AI table, AI fill, AI translate. Let's see how those functions would be helpful for us, and let's have a quick introduction about all the functions which we have. So let's get started. So if I go into my sheet, if you all can see my sheet, this is the sheet 1. You all must be familiar with this data. This data we used in the dashboarding bit or the narration bit of what? Excel. So with respect to this data, how my AI is going to be helpful? Now, as I showed you some functions, AI.ask, AI.this, AI.that, and so on. But do I have those functions available with me? You can see over here, I'm asking a question to my data. Which employee has got the highest performance score? Tell me that. But is there any function related to AI.ask or anything? So here if I go AI.ask, I use this function. There is no function with this name. If you can see, formula contained unrecognized text, there is nothing with this name. So where can I use those functions, or where can I find these functions? So these functions would be found in something called as add-ins. Now what are add-ins? Add-ins are additional things which could be added into our Excel to boost up the performance for the same. Now some of the things are freely available for us, but some would be charging for us. But here let's try to use certain add-ins in terms of understanding how we can use certain operations into our data. The first add-in which we would like to see in terms of Excel and its use case will be related to AI approach. Let's have some AI related aspect added into our data. So for that, you can see for me in the home tab, add-ins is available. But for you, if it is not available, you can go something in insert, and in the insert also you will find something called as add-ins. If it is not found, if it is not available, in the developer tab as well, there is something called as add-ins, which is given to us. Insert an add-in, you want an Excel add-in to be added. So that is also given to us. Let's say in my home tab it's available. If you're not getting in home tab, what you can do is right click. You have customized the ribbon, and there is an option below developer known as what? Add-in. You can select that and do OK. So add-in as an option would be available into your home tab. So if I go and click on it, you can see multiple add-ins available for us. Multiple add-in, GPT for Excel Word. Now it's for Excel Word document. Now there is mini calendar and date picker. Let's say ChatGPT for Excel, Python for Excel, Autopilot, Jira. There are lots of things. Let's say I can go and search for more add-ins. When I go and explore more add-ins, you can see lots of things are added into our add-ins approach. So this all additive things could be added into my Excel in terms of boosting its performance. For us, let's try to have an add-in of ChatGPT. So let's say I write ChatGPT. Now it is asking lots of things. Now I want to take this. Additional purchase may be required. What does this mean? That this is free for certain limit of time, but after certain limit of time or certain instruction, it would ask me to pay. So I would be asked to pay some amount. But here we will be starting at the beginning phase. So initially it will give us free approaches for the same. So let's say I'll try to add it, continue. And an add-in would be added, and you can see ChatGPT for Excel is being added over here. You can how to get started. So there is a quick tutorial for ChatGPT in Excel. You can do next. You can see you have 300 free executions, means 300 times you can use this the AI functions which you have. Then after that it is going to pay for us. You have to take a subscription for the same. So let's say next step. You can see open or download our example spreadsheet or type AI.table in Excel, and then it will give you certain help. So let's say finish, and there are lots of things. How to use AI functions. Let's say I click on AI functions. You can see it's asking, it is giving me an approach. The AI.ask function lets you to ask AI directly into your spreadsheet. Simply type a question or a prompt. Now what is the meaning of prompt? Prompt means giving something or prompting something or providing something for which you require an output. So that's called as prompt. And AI.ask will provide a helpful response. Use it to write text, summarize, analyze, and many more, having smarter help. So there is learn more option which will help me to do this. Now as you can see, AI.ask will provide a helpful response. Use it to summarize your text, analyze your text, get some more information from your text in terms of giving smarter help in Excel. So as it has provided an example equals to AI.ask, write a catchy marketing tagline for a new electric bike. So if I take this and copy it and paste it over here, so you can see it's asking me that it's being busy, and then after being busy, it has given me some output. If you can see, let's say if I close it, you can see that riding the future, power your journey with every pedal. So a catchy marketing line is being provided over here for a bike. Let's say if I delete it and I use the function like this. So AI.ask. You can see the functions allow you to submit a question to OpenAI. Now what is this OpenAI? OpenAI is a platform where whatever prompts you give, whatever data you have given will be considered by them in terms of providing some outcome. So AI.ask as a function. Now what is the prompt which they require? So if I give suggest a good intro for AI in Excel. Let's try to ask that only. And it's busy. So, as you can see, welcome to the world of artificial intelligence. In this session, we will explore the artificial intelligence can enhance our data analysis and decision-making processes right within your favorite spreadsheet application. From automating responses to repeating tasks to generating insights from complex dataset. AI tools in Excel can transform your day and so on. So here you can see a complete introduction has been given. Now the question which was asked by me that suggest a good intro for AI in Excel. What was that? That was nothing but a prompt. Prompt is nothing but a question which I would be asking, and based on that question it will be providing me some outcome. So I am giving a prompt in terms of AI.ask. Let's try to remove it and let's try to give a prompt which I want to be searched into my data. So which employee has got the highest performance score? That's a prompt, that's a question which I have into my mind. And I want to ask. I want to ask where? I want to ask in this data. So I'll go over here and I do this and I'll use something called as AI dot. You can see when I'm using AI as a function, there are lots of things being added. So AI dot what? AI dot ask. So asking what? This is a prompt. Now I've written prompt in a cell, so I can select a cell where the prompt is being written. Now value. What is the value? From where you want to find this prompt? Let's say from this. So the entire table being selected. And I do enter and it's busy. Now you can see, let me wrap the text and let me make it a bit adjustable. Not this one, sorry. This one needs to be adjusted. So now which employee has got the highest performance score? The employee with the highest performance score is David Wilson. Information technology, senior IT specialist with a score of what? 9.8. You can see what is the score which is being given by David Wilson. This is David Wilson who has got a score of 9.8. You can see this is being. Now let's say which employee has got highest performance score in finance department. Now I want to be very specific that I want to find for what? Find for finance department. And you can see I want to check the value. It is changing the outcome. The employee with the highest performance score in the finance department is Michael Johnson, the financial analyst with a performance score of 6.7. Now let's say let me change the prompt. What is the salary? What is the average salary of the marketing department? So if I want to join the marketing department, what would be the average salary which would be executing? If you see this is busy. So when this icon comes, which means the data is busy. So here, what is the answer which we got? Department we need first to identify the salaries of all employees in the department. So there are lots of things being given. Let's say instead of average salary, I can add average annual salary because we need to be more specific. So marketing department, we first need to identify salaries and so on, and then it has given me the value for the same. So I can also write a prompt. How many employees are there in which department? Let's see what all departments we have. Sales department. Are there in which department? Sales department. If I write this, and it will be giving a particular prompt. So it is giving me the answer. What's the answer? It's going to give me this. And you can see there are 4 employees in the sales department. They are Emily Brown, Jessica, and then Sarah. So as we can see, AI.ask as a function from the GPT for Excel is helping me to ask certain questions. That questions are nothing but the prompts. These prompts could be asked to general OpenAI library, a general OpenAI platform, or it could be asked to my data, which is there. So this is what we have seen, the AI.ask. Let's see what all new things my ChatGPT for Excel has. So when I want to get that add-in, you can click on this. You can get more examples over here for the same. Let me go into home, and then there are AI functions. Let's go and understand AI.table. Now AI.table function lets you to create a table with specific format or specific data capabilities which you want. You can give headers, you can give source, you can add your creativity level on the basis of the prompt. Now prompts are very important. Let's see. There is an example which these guys have took and consider. So let's say AI.table. Let me try to insert it over there. So the cell which is being selected, this is being inserted. So create a table listing the features of different smartphones, including brand, model, camera, quality, battery life, and so on. So it's busy, which means it's executing, it's being loading. Just a second. Let us ask for help. It seems to be busy. Let us stop executing. So let me clear it. And let us give a simple data because there will be lots of data coming over here. And because of that, it could cause an issue. So let's go on another sheet and let's create a data. So let me do AI.table without the prompt example. Let's say I'll give a prompt, create a table listing what? Listing 10 states of India with their state name, language, and population. So here you can see this is what the prompt which I have given. And it's busy in terms of creating that. You can see here the headers are also being given. When I ask the headers into my prompt, the headers are also being given. So state name, language, and population. So here it has created 10 states data. Let's say Andhra Pradesh. What is the language being spoken over there? Telugu. And then what is the population over there? Then there is Maharashtra. What is the language being spoken? Marathi. And then what is the population for the same? Same goes for the rest of them. So let me remove it. I'll control this and see, and let me create on the basis of the column names which are there. So I'll do AI.table and then I'll give a prompt. let's say generate data for 10 states in India. That's the prompt being given. And here you can see header. So with this, it will be passed that for this 10 states of India with respect to what? State name, language and the population. For that, I need to find the data for. And this is how I can get. And you can see 10 states data is being provided. As you saw earlier, we gave a prompt, and in the prompt itself, I mentioned that this columns are required. But if I know the column headers and I want to generate data, it could generate the data for me. Let's say, for an example, if we want to see something else, so let's say employee ID, name, salary, and let's add for department. So if I write AI.table and I say create data for 15 employees on the basis of what? On the basis of this headers. So here you can see a data for 15 employees is being created, their employee ID, the name, salary and the departments are being considered over here. So a table is being created at random with the help of AI.table. Now, let's try to see another functions which we have. So, over here as well in the AI functions, there is AI.translate, extract, fill and so on. So, let's try to see here. So, I will try to use fill as a function. Let's say United States is a state where, let's say, it's English is something which is being spoken, or British is something which is being spoken. Let's say I'll write English as a language being spoken. And what's the currency? Currency is, let's say, dollar. Spain is a country where Spanish is being considered, and let's say I have Euro being considered. And for the rest of the countries, I want their languages and currency to be filled. So instead of taking AI.ask, instead of considering AI.table, let's try to do AI.fill. So here we have an approach of it fills an incomplete range with ChatGPT, taking an example range, which means it will ask for an example, and based on an example, it will generate outcome for the rest of them. So AI.fill, what's the example? The example is this. Now, what's the partial data for the rest of the countries? That is this. So, Canada. For Canada, what's the language being spoken? English. Here, Danish. Egypt, Arabic. France, French. Then Germany, German. And then in India, they have asked Hindi. And what's the currency being used over there? So, this is what is being considered over here in terms of filling. Now, what will fill as a function do with AI? So, AI.fill will help us to fill the value, the rest of the data based on the example which is being provided. Now, obviously, this fill will take help of the OpenAI platform, OpenAI source from where the data would be extracted. So, this was all about AI.fill. Now, let's see how my AI would like to translate my data into. So I'll do AI.translate and translate as a function. What is the value which you want to translate the data into? Let's say I have certain sentences. The time is passed, the project is based on Excel, the data cleaning is required, the AI is excellent, powerful. We are in the era of Excel. So let's say if I take this sentences, that's the value. And I say that I want to pass and I want to change it in a language of Spain. So here you can see it has converted the data, it has translated the data. And this could be copied down further. So it looks something like this. Let's say Spain. So I can write Spanish. Answers look similar. Let's say I write Japanese. And the language is being changed into Japanese. Here I can write Hindi. So here you can see the project is based on Excel. So it's not translating it properly. So here you can see in Marathi it is translating things very properly. Some of the words it is translating, some of them it's not being translating. So here I'm able to translate a text into different languages which are there with the help of AI.translate. Now in the first sheet, let's say I want to give project names. Project names. I want to create project names to the employees. There are 50 employees in total for me. If I go and check it again, Control Shift down, you can see in the count how much they are, 50. So I want to generate 50 list of projects for the employees based on the different fields. So I'll have something called as AI.list. So there is an approach of AI.list. So it creates a list of values. As we required a column is a list of elements which will have for each of the row. So list of values, and it asked a prompt for the same, yes. So what is a prompt? What is a prompt for me? Suggest 50 project names based on different fields. So it is giving me this, and 50 project names would be given to you. Okay, just a second. What's the error being coming over here? Spell range in data. Let me check. Down. Let's say I'll do new. So projects. So I'll do AI.list. And it is asking me, let's say, suggest 50 project names. Here you can see this is being suggested. So the prompt was an error. Let's try to see over here. AI.list. What is that? Suggest 50 project names. So let me copy this value. I'll do Control Shift down. Maybe over there at that particular position there is some issue which is being encountered. So I'll do Control C, and instead of doing Control V, I'll do paste special. So I'll go over here and I'll do paste special, and the project names are being given over here. Cancel, just a second. Okay. So 50 project names are being given over here. For us, there are two null values. Just remove it. So here you can see the list of elements or the list of values are given for us. Similarly, not only project, but we can also give different prompts. Let's say states AI.list. What is the difference between AI.ask and AI.list? Let's see. If I do AI.ask, suggest 10 states of India. let's say I do this, suggest 10 states of India. Okay, there was brackets issue, so I have to do this, and it is suggesting what 10 states of India. But if you see, 10 states are shown in one particular cell. It's not being showing one after another. Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Bengal, Gujarat, and so on. But what if I show with AI.ASK, sorry, AI.list? So if I do this, and what's the prompt? Suggest 10 states of India. The same prompt is what I'm giving over here. So it will give you list of elements. So there is a difference between AI.ask, which is asking you some value, and there is a difference between AI.list, because it is providing a list of elements for you. So this was a simple example how an AI could be added into your Excel approach. When you add this add-in, you can go over here and there are lots of functions which you can try and utilize. We have seen AI.list, AI.fill, AI.extract. Yes, AI.extract could also be considered over here. Let's say I want to extract what? I have a text. The name, let's say Sarah Johnson was pretty. So if I do, and if I asked AI.extract to extract the name, so what it is doing, AI.extract specific text from the data. So value is this. What do you want to extract? You want to extract what? Name. You can see a name is being extracted. Let's say if I give another name, Priya Saroj was pretty, and you can see a name is being extracted over here. Now I can give a prompt. Let's say AI.extract. Extract what? From this value, extract what? Email. Obviously, email as a value is not there, and it will give us an error, not found. So let me write, my email ID is xyz.c, okay, let's say @yahoo.com. So this is what email ID is being written, and here you can see an email has been extracted for the same. So similar to this, there are lots of functions in terms of this ChatGPT for Excel, which you can use, which you can utilize into your Excel sheet. But one thing to take into consideration, that it's not free to use for an entire lifetime. This is having 300 prompt responses to be asked. So if you're asking this, try to make sure that you are learning on the rest of the functions which are there. There are tutorials being given if you consider all of them and then do it for the same. So if your responses, the 300 responses which are given in the earlier part is gone, you can take its subscription over here. And then there is a newbie chatbot being added where it will ask some things with respect to your data. So this was all about AI in Excel in terms of adding AI related capabilities, artificial intelligence, where I'm providing certain prompts and the answer would be provided to me as same. So this was about the AI in Excel bit of my data. So this is how an add-in of Excel is going to be helpful for me. Similar to add-in of AI, there are different add-ins which will be helpful for us in terms of making the data, preparing the data, creating new approaches of the data in terms of analysis and outcomes. So this was all about AI in Excel.
Like this video, subscribe to our channel and comment on the concept you want to learn next.